Good morning and welcome to Transwest Truck Trailer RV of Fredrick. My name is Callie Say and I'm here at Transwest in trailer sales. So for those of you that aren't familiar with us, we're right off I-25, about 30 minutes north of Denver. We are Cimarron and Logan dealers, so if you're looking for a brand new trailer, those are the two brands that we carry. If you're looking for something used, we take anything from little bumper pulls to big LQs in on trade. So today we're going to be doing something a little bit different. We built a ton of these trailers back in 2020, and then inventory got a little out of control. Everybody was custom ordering trailers, so we haven't had the opportunity to bring one of these back into inventory until now. This is actually a unit that was built by a customer, and there were some changes that had to happen, so we ended up with this one on inventory as a brand new trailer. And there's some really cool things on this one, but it's very similar to some of those Freedom layouts that you guys saw back on those 2020s. So let's go ahead and walk through some of the specs first. So it's a Cimarron Freedom 32-foot box. It's got a nice big 16-foot garage area in the back, which is plenty of space for you to throw a nice big 4-seat Razor in. It's got the bathroom that walks through into the garage area, and that passes through into the living quarters, where we've actually got a dinette, a big old pantry, some bar stools set up with a raised bar, and then you've got dual entrance into the nose. So lots of cool features here on this one. Let's go ahead and we're gonna run through this one and see all the features that we've added. All right, so first things first, let's start at the nose here. The reason that a lot of these people have been building these Freedoms, most of my Freedoms have gone straight from speccing to ordering directly to the customer. So we've actually built quite a few Freedoms between now and when we brought all those inventory ones in, but a lot of them have just gone directly to customer. Now this is a 2023 Cimarron Freedom. So that's their garage area brand. They've got a TranStar Cargo if you're looking for something more of a high quality work utility trailer, but this Freedom series has been really well received. A lot of people that are using these toy haulers, they're just tired of these trailers rolling down the road, rumbling apart. You know, the longevity on a standard RV toy hauler is not super great. Your resale value, pretty much as soon as you drive it over the curb, not super great. So what people have really liked is they've gone to this Freedom model. It's a gooseneck toy hauler. They're built on the same frame and have the same components as our really high quality horse trailers that Cimarron with an outlaw conversion builds. So we know that these trailers will be able to hold up to the 20 plus years of driving up and down the road. And there's a good reason a lot of people switch to these. First thing we're going to want to check out here is this roll-up door enclosure. This is something that we did on a lot of those 16-footers. And what's really nice is you can roll this down and it's going to protect all of this area underneath. We did an expanded metal tray here, and your spare tires on this one. These are big, heavy-duty, load-range J 18-ply aluminum spoke tire and wheel. Those Cooper tires we've been really big fans of. They've been really well received by our customers. And then generally you would see your batteries in here on a standard living quarters trailer. However, this trailer is equipped with those Lion's Head lithium, or those Lion Energy lithium ion batteries. So those batteries, they don't necessarily like to be cold as much. So we've got the inverter out here, which will allow you to run pretty much everything except for your AC unit off of those batteries. And this actually likes quite a bit of airflow. So it's got a nice big fan that goes and gets that air moving in this unit. And so we've put this one outside and the batteries on the inside. This inverter here is the higher upgraded one. It's the one we put in all our big RVs. It's the Freedom series 3000 watt inverter. So plenty of power for what you're going to be running on this trailer here. You've got on-off switch for the inverter and then an on-off switch over here for the actual trailer interior itself. So both of these need to be on if you want to be using the inverter and running all the lights on the inside. One of the things I like to point out on these outlaw conversions is how well everything is labeled and put together. It's not just a random mess of wires back there. There's actually Everything's got a label on it, so if you have a technician or a mechanic working on this trailer, it's going to be really easy for them to find out what they're doing. The cool thing about an Outlaw conversion is they have the specs and drawings for every trailer they've ever built. So if you've bought a trailer secondhand that has an Outlaw conversion in it, you can call that 1-800 24/7 customer support line that they have. They can pull up those specs. They can help you pinpoint where the technician needs to look or what the problem might be. Really great customer service. I had somebody recently that bought an older used trailer from us that had an Outlaw conversion. She just had a quick question on it. I had her call Outlaw Conversions and they were super helpful. She was so impressed that even on an older used trailer that they would take such good care of their previous customers. So really nice to work with them in that respect. We've got the water spigot for the outside water here underneath the gooseneck nose, and that runs off your water pump, so it's a pressurized spigot. And then underneath that you have your 30-pound propane bottles. So we've got two 30-pound propane bottles under there. We figured a lot of people would be boondocking on these trailers just a little bit longer than your traditional trailers or living quarters, so it's kind of nice to have those bigger bottles under there. Dual hydraulic jacks, it's kind of a must-have on that one. Now the thing about a Cimarron trailer is the frame is so strong on it, unlike a typical RV toy hauler where they've got the 4 different points and that you can put down and it'll kind of twist that frame a little bit to get you more level. If you're too far out of level on a Cimarron, one of those legs will just start coming off the ground. The frame is so stiff and well put together that there's not a whole lot of tweak and torque on this frame. So you want to carry some extra blocks with you if you're going to be camping somewhere that has a lot of unlevel ground. So as we work our way around here, just wanted to point out the exterior sheets on this one. So we've got the silver metallic, which has been a really popular color on these Freedoms. I think everybody likes kind of that sleek, fancy look that we've got going. We've got frameless windows, a black awning, tons of marker lights, and then that spread axle design towards the rear. That trailer beaver tails at the end. So something that we did on these Freedoms to give us some more ground clearance, we actually did a 22.5 down axle and a 3-inch block, which will give us enough clearance to give us enough room for that beaver tail to make that entrance into the garage area a little bit less steep, but also, you know, a lot of these people are going to be taking these trailers off-road. We wanted to give them plenty of clearance so they don't get hung up anywhere along the way. Something I like to point out on these Cimarrons with Outlaw conversions is Outlaw and Cimarron work together to make sure those tanks are really tucked up well. So if you are going in and out of kind of treacherous terrain, those tanks are usually hanging down pretty low on a lot of trailers, and they do such a good job of tucking them up to keep them nice and safe for those drives. We did the extrusions running from front to back on this lower portion here. This is something we do on our horse trailers, but we actually like the structural strength it adds to the sidewalls of these trailers. So even having a little bit of this running front to back helps maintain that sidewall rigidity that we're looking for in these Cimarron Freedoms. It also gives it a really clean, sleek appearance. This extrusion is a lot more dent and scratch resistant than these 050 silver metallic sheets. So having these down low where you're more likely to set things against the trailer or bump into it is a really nice addition. Fold down steps for the garage area as well as the living quarters. And we're actually going to start in the living quarters today. Got a nice little grab bar here, awning lights underneath. This is lit up too. It's a cold day here in Colorado, so I've got the fireplace running, which is really, really nice. We've got a little electric fireplace as well as a 25,000 BTU furnace in this one, so it'll keep you nice and warm. We did double insulation in the nose. Tank heaters on this one, so your holding tanks both have heaters. Makes it a little more Four Seasons compatible. You saw that extra cushion that we have up in the nose. This dinette will actually collapse down and you can make it an additional bed. We've also got two rollover sofas in the back that can become bed areas, or they're a nice little sofa when you're not in use. They fold up nice and flat against the wall. Now, your Outlaw conversions are all hardwood cabinetry. So this whole trailer, you know, is actually built in-house for the cabinetry. It's really cool. They've got a full woodworking place within Outlaw Conversions, and they will build the cabinets there. They'll bring them in, dry fit them, laser level them, take them back, stain them, and then make sure that everything is fit. So every single cabinet on these trailers is actually built for each trailer, which is a really cool option. If you go down to Outlaw Conversions to pick out your finishes, they have this really cool showroom where you can pick countertops if you want to do solid surface, different stains, different hardwoods, different tiles if you wanted to do a tile black splash. A lot of my customers, if they have the time to wait for a custom living quarters, they'll go down there and they'll pick it out exactly how they want it, and they know that they're getting a top quality product. Now, when we bring something in for inventory, we're actually the ones that pick the finishes. So they're custom built no matter which direction they're done. This right here is a nice little raised bar top. This was something that you saw in those 16-foot Freedoms that we had previously. The bar stools underneath are a nice little addition here. Just gives you another place to sit down. We've got the 4-person dinette in the slide, and it's got storage underneath each dinette, so you've got tons of extra space. Kind of shove all of those essentials in there for camping. Nice big cabinet in the slide. We've got all these adjustable shelves, ton of big storage down low. This gives you a lot of flexibility. Even though you're a 32-foot box on this one, we have tons of space. If you need to bring everything you want for a weekend of camping in the woods, this has got the space for it. We've got a 2-burner cooktop here with a glass cover, and then a stainless steel sink. Right under here you have the 6-gallon hot water heater. The hot water will run off propane or electric. Now, the electric doesn't get as hot as fast, but if you're plugged in somewhere, it's free power as far as instead of burning propane. We've got the microwave up here, a little spotlight down low, and then a nice big cabinet over here. What's really cool is in that back there you can see all the customer support lines for your Outlaw Conversions. So if you do have any questions or issues, there's somebody available to help you at all times of day. And then we're gonna wander over here because we've got quite a bit on this wall here that we need to go through. So this is your control center for your Xantrax, and that is your 3000 watt inverter. This inverter is something that they do on our big buses and motorhomes, so it's something that we here at Transwest have been pretty familiar with. But basically, if you want to run your trailer on everything but the AC unit running, you can run it on those lithium-ion batteries that we have. So you can run your microwave, your TVs, your outlets on that inverter through those batteries. Now, obviously it's not going to run forever, it'll run until those batteries run out, but those lithium-ion batteries actually have a higher capacity, so you can run things on them for longer, which is really, really cool. And the best part about this inverter is that you can actually set up those specs for charging and for the use of those batteries particular to the actual lithium batteries. Right here you have your generator start stop. Now, the cool thing about this inverter is it actually can be the generator can be started and stopped, as well as have an automatic program through this inverter. So lots of cool options there. We did a 7K gas generator on this one. Since we have 2 AC units, a 50 amp service, and lots of appliances to run on it, we figured that the 5500 would not be quite enough for that. So we wanted to have a nice big generator to be able to run everything that we need. Up in the nose here we have some small shallow cabinets, the very far back, and then we've got a nice big 32-inch TV, so you can have some TV if you want to boondock. We've got some cool things on this one. These are smart TVs, so They're app based. If you have like Netflix or Hulu or anything like that that you want to watch, you can. This is also equipped with a WineGuard 2.0. So it's a Wi-Fi system, so you can either get a little chip through your cell phone provider or WineGuard itself and put it up on the roof, and it will basically act as a hotspot for your trailer, so you don't have to worry about going somewhere with Wi-Fi or running it off your phone. If you want to use it as a boost, it will actually boost that hotspot that you have on your phone if you wanted to use that as well. So really cool system there. Right down here we have our batteries. Now these are lithium-ion batteries, so they have a lot of really cool, unique features. These actually have lifetime warranties on these batteries. They have so many more charge and abilities than your regular batteries, so you can let these go charge down and then recharge them over and over and over again, unlike a typical lead acid battery, which only has so many charges and life to it. They've got their own battery management system, so if it gets too low, it'll actually turn the battery off and protect itself, and you can turn it on and off with just that power button that's on the side. You can check the charge state of each battery with that little button as well, and then they've got little QR codes on each of them so that you can look up information on these batteries themselves. We've been really happy with them. They were a little bit of a learning curve at first, but a lot of people really like the fact that they've got those lifetime warranties on them. Little fireplace is putting off some nice heat right now. This is electric, so it's running either through your inverter or, oh, it's so warm, through the inverter, through your generator, or if you're plugged into shore power. Right over here we've got our 7.0 fridge and freezer. They are separate, so you don't have to worry about that tiny little under counter one. It runs off gas or electric, so if you put it on auto, it'll pick the best power source at that time. Right over here you have your kind of control center. You can check all of your battery status: fresh water, black water, gray water. You've got the water pump here, as well as the water heater if you're running it on gas. Little control center for this AC unit and heater. And then right up here is actually a internal solenoid that we have. So if you want to run any propane in this coach, you actually have to press and hold this button right here. If it is safe and there is not any leaks or propane has any issues, then it'll open that valve into the trailer and allow propane to flow in. This is a great safety feature that Outlaw added. And basically, instead of just having your CO2 detector, this is something that will actually shut itself off if there are any issues. So it's just kind of a secondary layer of protection since you're running propane on this trailer. Got a nice little pocket door here. And then on this particular one, we've got big closet, double rod. Underneath it is our 60-gallon fresh tank. As far as the black and gray tanks here, we did the 39 and the 39 for capacity. Those are custom tanks so that they're a little bit bigger than what you'll see on your standard horse trailers. Nice little vanity with a bunch of lights. Sink over here, and then your water pump is actually down below. One of the things I love about Outlaw is that they have all these trap doors for all their electric access and water access. So you don't just have a cabinet with a bunch of lines running loose that you could accidentally bump. It just gives it a really clean, sleek appearance with easy access. As far as warranties go on this trailer, you've actually got great coverage provided by the manufacturer. So it's an 8-year structural, 3-year hitch to bumper. So Outlaw Conversions will warranty this one for 3 years from hitch to bumper, or for their interior, and Cimarron will honor their warranties for 3 years for the original owner as well. So really great option, best coverage you'll get in the industry. Right here we've got our nice big shower. We did a skylight on this one. A lot of them we do skylights just to give you a little bit more space if you're tall. All of that plumbing needs to run underneath, and since we don't have the height that you have on a fifth wheel. We kind of need to raise up the floor just a little bit to give us that space. So if you're a little bit taller, it's kind of nice to have something that doesn't feel quite so claustrophobic. This trailer is a little bit taller than what you'll see on most trailers anyways. So you're actually 7'10" on the interior here, which is great headroom. I mean, I can't even touch the ceiling there. And then it's 8'4" wide. So lots and lots of space. Porcelain toilet over here. And this is the pass-through into the garage area. You guys probably didn't know I had the generator running. It's so quiet. Looks like we've got the heat pump on here. So we can turn that off. It'll be a little quieter even. On this particular one, we did a max air unit that has a remote. It is right over here. It's got a rain sensor on it, so it will let you know if there is a if it gets water put on it or anything like that, then it won't open that up. This is actually your 7K generator right here. It's very quiet. Some people don't even know it's running in here. Your access for all your service is on a trapdoor on the outside, but the reason we designed it like this is to keep it off the roof so that if you're going into national parks or something, you don't have those issues with clearances that you do on a lot of other trailers. We washed this one out yesterday, so it's a little bit icy in here, but we've got the e-trucks running, or sorry, the airliner cargo track running front to back up here. You've got the gray rubber tread flooring, which is really easy to maintain, and those two rollover sofas that we discussed earlier in the living quarters area. We did a nice big shelf here. Your controls for your second AC unit are right here. And then we've got these little pop vents that we have on our horse trailers, and that's something that is just required because you're putting something in here that will off gas. But yeah, nice big 4-seat RZR. You can run that nose right underneath that generator. Have a lot of space. Big shelf over here too. And then we've got a nice big flip-up cabinet with additional storage space. Now on this one, we did the OptiBrite lights running down the center here on the ceiling, so they actually build that out a little bit. The Cimarron itself has an insulated roof from front to back, but having this allows us to have those lights shine directly down. This thing is like daylight when it's dark outside. It's so cool. We did a little fold down table here, which is on a pop vent. And then you've got your exterior access here if you don't want to put your rear ramp down. This rear ramp with cable assist is so easy to use. I can do it almost one-handed, which is really cool. It doesn't have that loud spring that most of them have that you hear ting as you put it up and down. We've got some awning lights on the rear. This spoiler is something that we started doing on our Freedom trailers originally. As most people know, is if you drive down a dirt road, that dirt and dust will swirl right at the back of your trailer. So one of the things that we did on these trailers is we created a spoiler that will help move the air away from the back of the trailer and prevent that dirt from swirling there and coming into your back door here. So this keeps it a little cleaner on the inside. So we work our way over here. This is actually your fuel door. So we've got a fueling station with a 30-gallon fuel tank. The generator pulls off of that fuel tank, so it's a really cool setup. We've got the little nozzle there. And then you'll see those big beefy tires that we talked about earlier. This center turn indicator light is something we do on almost everything that is over 26 feet here at Transwest, and a lot of my customers will actually add that as well. It's just really nice, especially since you're 8'4" wide, gives somebody an idea that you're turning. They might not be able to see your tow vehicle or the rear of your trailer, so if you're trying to get over or braking, they can get another indicator that you're trying to do something there. Big frameless windows. Like I said, that access for that fuel door is right there. And then your shore cord power for your 50 amp service is right here. So if you plug into 50 amp service, you can run both those generators, or sorry, both of those AC units. Your TVs just give you lots and lots of power. If you guys have any questions on this particular trailer, we don't get these Freedoms in a lot. I'd say the majority of what we build is horse trailers, and most of our Freedoms go direct to customer. So it's kind of cool to have one sitting here on the lot. You can save yourself a year's wait on ordering one. It's a 2023 Cimarron Freedom. The stock number is 5N220454. If you guys have any questions on it, you're welcome to give me a call. My number is 970-309-6368. My name is Callie Say. You can call or text at that number. Thank you so much for taking the time to tune in with me today. I really appreciate everybody taking that time, and I hope everybody has a great Friday. Stay warm.